Hi everybody, welcome to today's episode of In the Glow. I'm Shaylee, the National Education Manager here at Paula's Choice.
And I'm Desiree Stordahl, the Senior Research and Education Manager. Long title. And today's show is all about myth busting. But let's get into the actual skincare myths. I can start it off with one that we get asked about all the time, and that is whether your skin can adapt to skincare products or to particular ingredients. And also one that kind of goes in line with that is people will also ask if, you know, their skin can become so addicted to a moisturizer that its own oils actually stop producing. Those two kind of go hand in hand. So the really quick and easy answer is that no, your skin doesn't adapt to good ingredients and stop working. It doesn't stop reaping the benefits of them. What often happens is when you first start using a product or a particular ingredient, you do tend to see more dramatic results because they're treating something that you're trying to treat, right? Like when you think about our exfoliants, and if you've never used one of our leave-on exfoliants before, and then you see such dramatic results in the beginning because you're getting off those dead layers of skin. You're helping skin unclog, decongest pores, you're helping skin smooth out. And from there on, as you continue to use it, you're maintaining those results. So there gets to a certain point where you can only do so much, right? It's not like in the case, for instance, of our new niacinamide, our 20% niacinamide, it helps minimize pores. There will come a point where you can't totally erase pores. So we need those. You can't completely get rid of them. You can't completely close them. So even though in the beginning you might feel like you saw more dramatic pore minimizing, you know, what you do over the course of time of using that product is maintain those results. Not to mention niacinamide has a wealth of other benefits from skin, but that's just an example of why I think people get confused and think their skin is adapting and it's not working anymore. And in terms of skin becoming addicted to a moisturizer and people, you know, thinking then their own body isn't, or their own skin isn't producing the oils anymore, that's not true. That doesn't physiologically check out. That's not how it works. So you don't have to worry about that. Keep using the good formulas, the good ingredients that you're using. Consistency really is key, and that's how you'll see really good results.
And I think too, on that note, it's also managing expectations, right? If you are first starting to use retinol and pretty quickly you start to see fine lines soften, maybe you start to notice more even, bright skin tone, but it doesn't get brighter, your fine lines don't diminish even more, maybe you need to take it a step further. Maybe it's a higher strength retinol, or maybe it's something that common retinols that you buy over the counter aren't just going to give you those same results. So you'll need to go maybe to a doctor, consult with somebody professional to get something higher strength.
Yeah, it's not that your skin has adapted, it's that certain levels only get you to a certain place. And exactly what you said, managing those expectations. Okay, which myth did you want to bust?
Well, speaking of retinol, there's actually a lot of misconceptions around retinol, and one that I hear all the time is that retinol exfoliates the skin. Retinol, I think, gives some folks the impression that it's exfoliating the skin, especially when you first start to use it, or if you start to use one that's too strong, because you might notice some sort of flakiness on the surface of your skin. However, retinol is not breaking down those dead skin cells on skin surface. It is not breaking down the bonds that are holding those together. Instead, it's actually working from kind of the inside out, and exfoliants are working from the outside in, right? Not really quite as much in, but really working on the surface level to break down those dead skin cells. Retinol, on the other hand, is working more internally to help your skin produce happier, healthy skin cells that are more plump, round, not dry, dead, serrated. So they work better together. So use your AHA and BHA with your retinol. You can layer them back to back, which is another misconception. A lot of folks think that you can't layer them. You absolutely can, as long as it doesn't cause your skin any irritation, and go from there.
And with the flaking issue, if that's, you know, what people are seeing, you know, if you see that like the first couple times you try a retinol product, that's fine. But if you continually see that, then you may need to switch to a lower percentage. You may need to experiment how you apply it. You may need to decrease frequency. So we always say it's a really good idea to start out, if you're brand new to retinol and you're using higher strength, like just try once a week and see how your skin does. And then you can build up more. But in terms of seeing that flakiness, that redness, or what people perceive to be exfoliation with the flakiness, if that's continually happening, then really you might want to think about how you use that product and temper it back a little bit. Ooh, it looks like we have a question.
We have a myth that someone would like you to bust, which is, what about the myth that starting to use antioxidants, BHA, or retinol too early in life will cause your skin to become overly reliant or dependent?
It's not true. So just think about it like if you were eating broccoli early on in life, and the nutrients you get from broccoli are still beneficial 50 years later. Your skin doesn't adapt to those ingredients. It doesn't lose its ability to retain their benefits. It's really like the diet analogy. What's good for you then can continue to be good for you. Of course, skin changes over time, so I'm not saying you have to use the same thing your entire life. Of course, there are things that are going to change about your skin, but in terms of what those ingredients can do, it remains true. Okay, did you have another one?
I'm going to bring it back to retinol. There is a misconception around retinol not being safe for daytime use. And retinol is vitamin A. Retinol is an amazing antioxidant, and if there's one thing we know about antioxidants is they are amazing for daytime use and wear, especially underneath your sunscreen or mixed with your sunscreen in an SPF moisturizer. I pulled out the Intensive Wrinkle Repair Retinol Serum as a really good option for daytime retinol use because it's got the vitamin A, the retinol, it's got vitamin C, it's got vitamin E, so I call it my little ACE serum. It has a really soft, velvety, beautiful texture that layers really wonderfully underneath makeup. Great if you are interested in introducing your retinol maybe twice a day if your skin can tolerate it. Daytime use, maybe one that's stronger in the nighttime.
And to back it up, when you said mixed with your sunscreen, meaning literally built into the formula, not actually like physically mixing them, because of course you never want to dilute your sunscreen. I knew that's what you meant. I just wanted to clarify for everyone out there. Retinol with all types of actives over the years gets a lot of misinformation on the internet, but sometimes it's either studies or it's not even always research. There is just information that's propagated out there that isn't always true, and that's why we look to the research and give you that information so that you can make informed decisions.